Hello, it's Vinny, and today I want to talk about intersectionality. Now, it's like I don't even know where to start, you guys. Whew, it's all take a breath. You know what I hate is when people take a specific characteristic of a group, of maybe a type of person, and they pretend like this person only exists within that group and doesn't ever fit into any other category ever. And this is not a concept that I actually understand. I really don't understand why people have a hard time seeing things as overlapping instead of seeing things as very separate, divorced, and very like these monolithic ways where it's like you're this, they're that, and that's how it is. Now, the thing about me is that I'm a whole bunch of things. I mean, I am just this beautiful mix of different types of, characteristics, races, it's identities. It's just, there's so much. There's like a mixture of stuff within me. So for me, I guess it's just kind of strange to know that there are some people out there that when they say, for example, hear about people who are gay, and they say things like, oh, yes, I'm against gay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I wonder, it's like, well, what about your friend over there? They're gay. What about them? Or especially if this one person is talking about the rights of blank issue. Let's just say, for example, they're talking about, I don't know, let's just say they're talking about feminism, right? They're like, I'm all for this. Let's get this fixed, so that things are equal, things are like, kind of everyone's on the same level, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, however, I do not support gay rights. And it's like, it just blows my mind because I'm like, how do you know? Do you know that there are feminists out there that are gay? Like, it's just one of those things. It's like, how can you say that you support this idea, this, ideology, and then not support this, even though all these things interconnect? It blows my mind. And it's the same thing for things like, for example, like with racism. It's like, they'll be talking about like, oh man, love, I don't know, let's just say, God, I love those, hold on, let's come up with a good example. It's like, you have that one friend that is like, I love people who are religious. It's like, that really speaks to me. I love talking about my faith. I love having, these kind of spiritual moments with other people, and I love to share that. I love that there's other people that I can share that with. However, not a fan. Not a fan of black people. And it's just like, you do realize that there are black people who are religious, right? You do realize that there are plenty of black individuals who share your same beliefs, and you don't see why you would maybe want to fight for their rights and their protection. I don't get it. And that's where, intersectionality comes in. It's basically, the concept, the idea that, things don't exist like in separate bubbles, that they kind of overlap. And like I was saying, for me, it's like, I'm Hispanic, I'm black, I'm bigender, I am bisexual, I am polyamorous. It's just like all these different things just come together. I suffer from mental illness, and I don't get it, you guys. I don't get it. You need to go out there and tell these people that they need to wake up. That by separating themselves and pretending as if these things like exist in a vacuum, that one thing doesn't affect the other, it's just absolute, like, it's just, it's BS. It's ridiculous. And it's like, you know, what you do to one group also affects the same person. It's like, you know, you're meeting someone for the first time, you go, hi, I'm so glad, I love that you love blah blah blah. However, let me tell you that I hate this about you. And it's just like, I'm sorry, but that doesn't work. And this kind of separation of these sort of, you know, these groups, it kind of really, really makes it hard for people to get a understanding of how everything that they decide to stand for has an effect on almost everything else. And I really feel like people need to get, you know, just do a little bit. That's all it takes, you know, a Google search. Do a little bit of research about how, you know, how these different subcategories affect us. Especially, for example, you know, there are feminists out there who don't understand. It's like, you know, why is there such a thing called white feminism, and why is there, you know, let's say black feminism? Why is that? It's like, you know, we're all feminists here. You know, why do we have to separate ourselves? What's going on? You're just trying to divide us. And it's like, no. Here's the thing, is that your brand of feminism only kind of is tailored for the life of a white woman. And I don't go through the same things that you do. So, because you don't want to talk about my issues and how race impacts my life as a female, I'm going to have to talk about them myself. And that's where we get that. And I'm just like, this is why we need people who understand the concept of intersectionality, because when you finally realize that everybody's differences have to be brought to the table in order to get, you know, to get things going, to get things fixed, it's gonna be great. So you guys, you know, if you have that friend, that family member, maybe that person, you know, that you kind of chat to casually, just try to bring up, you know, try to sneak into the conversation, like, hey, you know, it's interesting that you say that you think this, but remember, there are plenty of people who, you know, just bring up the concept of intersectionality to see if you can plant a seed in them. So, I will leave you here, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you next time. Bye!